my friends, today is an occasion which we shall remember forever. Today is the day where we christened this space station. It will not only serve as a home away from home, but it will also be a place for new videos and place to hold meetings and go forth, and a place for Rusty, Rose, Tails, and Wheeljack to do their scientific techno-babble. But when they need to, we treat it with respect, and it'll bring us home. And it'll do the same with us. Now then, I crescent this station, Media Station 1.
I thought you were going for Legend 1.
I decided I liked Media Station 1 better because as it represents what my channel is, and hopefully we end up with diplomacy if new characters show up. And the 1 makes it look like it's the primary control center for a major fleet. And I'm not behind the idea of a fleet someday.
Yeah, but Legion 1 was the name the others voted for?
Yes, but it's not their station now, is it? Okay, look. There is a repair bot in this place's hangar bay. We'll call that Legion 1. Okay?
Seems fair.
Good. Now then, I dubbed the Media Station 1.
I have a feeling this is going to take a while. Hours. I'm thinking, want to get some juice? Hey, lead the way!
Sonic the Hedgehog. You are hereby invited to participate in 1607th Contest of Champions. Speak out loud of your acceptance and further details will follow, and then you are in the contest. Congratulations, champion. Okay, assuming this isn't one of Eggman's plans to destroy me, I would like more details before I accept it, so, yeah.
The Contest of Champions is a major face-off of champions from different dimensions coming together to fight one another in a one-on-one match, race, card game, and even wrestling match to determine which champion, including you, Sonic, is the most worthy. If you want to know more about the prize of this year, please speak out loud and further details will follow.
Hey, Tails, can you contact Blaze and tell her to come here?
Oh, my stomach hurts. Every time I transport here with the Sol Emeralds, I feel like I've got hit by 5 meals at once.
So glad you could make it, Blaze.
Same here. Sonic, so what was so important that you had to drag me all the way over to your dimension?
I've got a letter recently. Do you ever hear of the Contest of Champions?
Contest of... Oh wow, congratulations, Sonic.
So this is legit. This is clearly a thing here.
Oh, but of course. So what number is it at now?
1607th according to the letter.
Man, they must have a different prize for this contest this time.
But what exactly the Contest of Champions?
Okay, well, a long time ago there was this race of godlike beings called the Temlins that lived through quietness and ultimate power. But after a few years, they got bored. All that power was boring to them. But then they thought of an idea to keep themselves entertained. For down through the centuries and across the multiverse, the Temlins saw that in each universe there exists a warrior that seeks great challenges, which later known as a champion. And so they've created the Contest of Champions. I was in previous contests, and the last one was when I got beated.
Well, they didn't tell the price for this contest?
Well, you better ask them for. I will be your coach for this one.
Thanks, Blaze. Okay, Temlins, what is the prize in the Contest of Champions this time?
The prize, should you emerge victorious, is an object known as the Infinity Gauntlet, for within each of its gems contains the power of the universe and creation as well. You are now in the contest, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Should we tell the others?
Yes, but where should we tell the others?
I think I know the place. Let's tell our friends and we'll jack on Media Station 1.
J.N.F has a space station. I sure hope he isn't thinking of a fleet of his own one day.
If you only knew.
Well, let's get to the station already.
Okay, are we all settled?
Like, why I was called to this meeting?
We may need your advice on this. Where's Tycho?
She declined attending.
The spirit teleporting from Angel Island to here is still having some issues.
Well, we should get started. A few minutes ago, I received a letter to participate in the 1607th Contest of Champions. We went over that back on the surface of Earth. The Temlins, the guys who run this whole contest, have handed out detailed documents to each contestant. Look, the simple fact is, if I'm in this, I'm in it to win it, so we need to start making preparations.
Well, we do have something on our side. We finally finished our day-skins of Robotropolis in the wake of what happened last year.
Bad news first.
The King's Old Palace, and Chili Dog's dead, and Warehouse for Advanced Weapons Systems are all gone with the old city. We tried to figure out what Dr. Eggman and Dr. Doom were doing when they built that Stolbat mech suit. But so far, our attempts to trick the security systems in that city to believing Eggman is still back in town have not yet shown any positive results.
And most of Eggman's old headquarters and most of Submobius were unfortunately damaged by both being dommed up in the Battle of Two Hulks. We've lost nearly half of what is left of our old hometown.
And the good news.
The SWATbot factories still have their weapons and power ring creation matchings. but I don't think we'll need the Power Stone to the same level your uncle did, or to the same level of power of the Deep Power Stone's energy when you and Sully destroyed the Doomsday Project a while back. But the replication system is still operational, which lead us to an interesting discovery.
The robot Caesar was not the only mission to turn Mobians into robots Eggman had.
So if Eggman had a very similar device like the robot Caesar, we'll be prepared to stop him. Now for the contest, I shall let our good friend Blaze tell us all.
Well, since I'm going to be Sonic's coach from my experience, the contest starts with like 27 contestants. But that number will dwindle down with each match.
Sounds like a big way to earn fame and all. Couldn't they just make it into a board game or something?
It's possible, but a board game might be a bit too simple than how they want to play it.
In the contest that I participated in, the best way to fight the individual you're facing is to outsmart him.
Now then, let's go over the contestants, starting with one who we already know, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong is Mario's friend, rival, and lives on an island which he calls a country. He likes to eat bananas. That basically gives him super strength, and has been known to beating up his foes with his fists and saying banana slamma.
Since I've faced him in the Super Smash Bros. Tournaments before, the next time he and I will face each other, he will just be throwing barrels.
This will be his first contest, but apparently his mentor competed in a couple before, when he was 40 years younger. Oh, and speaking of first-timers, flip over to the next one here. Spyro the Purple Hero.
He's a dragon.
There's a friggin' dragon champion?
Yep, Spyro is the purple dragon hero who's defeated many types of villains and made a lot of friends, has a love interest, and can wield different types of abilities, including fire breathing.
Woo, that's going to be the best fight ever.
How does a dragon wear an Infinity Gauntlet?
I'm sure it will grow in size to fit. It is all powerful.
A better question is how a friggin' dragon would understand what all this is.
He's got to have enough intelligence to understand what the contest is. He is fighting after all.
Which means I will need to ask Case for his perfect form should the time come.
But honestly, it's the next guy we have to worry about. The Cyber Bandit. He has no other name, and he is the guy who beat me when I was in my last contest. On his world, he's got a cybernetic body, and he is a survivalist and a mercenary.
Since each of us had a history with robots, a cyborg should be no different.
From my experience, the best way to defeat him is to place him on even ground. But if he picks the contest, it will be on his playground.
So anybody else to be concerned with?
Well, there is Boulder Crash.
Is he covered in rocks?
So is he like a robot rock monster or something?
Well, sort of.
Well, on that note, yeah, his body is covered in rocks.
Pull the other one.
Are you saying that this champion is a rock bot?
Yeah, and we do not exactly know how that works either.
Boulder Crash has competed in 5 contests before this one, and he has only made it to 2nd place in one of them. He is apparently a crowd favorite.
He's a rock bot.
So now, let's get ready and have myself prepared. If I win this, I will need every strength and speed I've got.
Be sure to subscribe for more videos are on the way.